What is up, guys? It's Christian, aka Cross Before the Crown, aka that Catholic weightlifter, and it's Holy Week, baby. It's Tuesday, day 38, I think. What day is it of Lent? I'm lost count. Anyway, it is Holy Week, it's Tuesday, and we are in Jerusalem. Yeah, Christ came in, turned the tables in the temple, caused a commotion. He is not a pacifist. And had the Last Supper. And Judas betrayed him. That's where we are. Heading into Passiontide. Friday is Good Friday. It's a very holy and sacred week in the church. And it's a week where we strive to become closer to Jesus through his passion and to strive to better glorify him in our lives. And so it's a great week. And today, this morning, we are back with Upper Body Day. My legs are sore, dude, from yesterday. All that extra volume killed me. So I'm going to be sore for a while. Today, tomorrow, maybe even Thursday for my next leg day. I hope not, but I guess we will find out. But other than that, I feel fine. Yeah. We're going to do bench today. That's fun. Can't wait for that. I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of weight. I might go up today. I might not. It all depends on, well, how the first set goes, I guess. I'm not trying to focus too heavily on the bench press today because y'all already know it's a squat oriented program I got going on, and that's really the one lift that I'm really trying to progress. Everything else is kind of taking a back seat, so to speak, but I'm still going to be working on it, obviously. And I'm starting to notice that I'm getting heavier, actually. I gained a pound this week from last week. 198. What? Dude, that's crazy for me. I usually sit around 185. And I'm 198 right now. And I don't feel like I'm too fat. I think I'm 15%. I feel it. It's I'm not pudgy, but it's there. A little floof, not much. It's 15%, I think. That's what it feels like. So it's crazy, man. So there's that. And I guess that's why the weight feels so good in terms of how strong I feel. That definitely has something to do with it. But I guarantee you that most of the weight is from my legs. Absolutely, without a doubt, is from my legs, just because of how much volume I'm pushing. But dude, I'm actually starting to feel all around, I'm actually starting to see my body change a little bit, just from hypertrophy training for the first time in literal decades. It's been 30 years since my last hypertrophy program. So, and I'm starting to see a difference even a month in, right? It's been a month, yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how the body adapts. And my body's probably adapting quicker. First off, I've always been a hyper responder. Second off, my body's used to training in general, and so my body has been bigger before in terms of hypertrophy training. I feel like my body has been bigger before, upper body wise, and so getting back to it's just way easier to get back to where you've been before versus never being somewhere before and pushing your body to those limits to where it has to change. Yeah, it's a little harder to adapt to a body composition that the body hasn't been before, if you didn't know. So if you were to injure yourself, lose muscle, you're going to be able to gain it back much quicker. It'll be 50% easier, maybe even more. It's actually crazy. I broke my left wrist in high school, and ever since then, that side has been stronger than my right side. No idea why. So, the body works in mysterious ways, man. But it is very amazing outside right now. It's 72 at 9:30 in the morning. it's going to be like 75 today. It's like, holy crap. Like, it's getting warmer everybody else, but here it's like, it's been warm, right? It's been warm here, but it's actually quite cooler today, but that also is taking the humidity down a little bit, and it's just perfect, man. It's a perfect day for a pipe. Smoke my pipe outside. It's a good day for that. But other than that, yeah, it's time to get started, boys. Let's get into this. All right, guys, to the vlog. We're starting off with barbell bench press as usual. I started with 225 today just to see how it felt for the first set. And to be honest with you, this first set went incredibly well. It was a hell of a lot lighter than it was last week, and it felt really good. I am definitely getting stronger. In fact, this set felt so good, I kept it at 225 for the second set. And so, yeah, really satisfied with this performance today. Again, I was really surprised I was this strong today. I did sleep a little bit better than the previous night. The previous night was horrible, so that's good. But I don't know, man. For some reason today, the weight just moved. You just love those days, and you take them when you can get them. Kept controlled tempo, slight pause at the bottom of each rep, maybe a little bit longer for the final reps here. But yeah, that's my tempo today. And I dropped down a little bit for the final set because I wanted to focus a little bit more on time under tension versus just straight up intensity and weight. And so I wanted to, well, I didn't exactly slow these down at all, really, in the middle of the reps there. But the first one and the final ones are a little bit slower. Again, I just really wanted to feel that time under tension there and then explode on the way up for the last one. And that's it for bench press. I only did 3 sets today. I was supposed to do 4, but I forgot. So, shit happens. But anyway, yes, I only got 3, unfortunately. But you know what? It's fine. We're still improving, right? So we're back to the lat pull down. I improved in this as well. I went down a couple stacks actually, and so not for this first set though. This first set I went down 1 stack, more than last week, and it felt really good. Felt really controlled. And so I did 12 reps here, and then I went down another notch because it was just too damn easy, man. Too easy for your boy. I need more weight, as Lou Ferrigno would say. And so I went a notch down for this one. And yeah, this was I probably had 2 reps in reserve after this set, so it was exactly where I wanted it. And yeah, tried to keep the same tempo, really controlled on the way up and exploding full, trying to get that chest contact on the way down. And as you can see, started feeling it a little bit towards the final reps as usual. But I'm definitely feeling the performance increase in this movement as well. I really felt it across the board today. I have to say, I'm liking that. I am heavier, and I'm definitely building muscle. So everything's going as planned right now. So I'm very happy. And my body feels good. No unexpected injuries. Everything feels really good right now. And with this final set, I stayed with the weight that I had the previous set, but really focused on controlling it a little bit more on the way up. And yeah, really felt the pump. I'm starting to really feel the pump in my left lat, which I'm super happy about because it was always so tough for me to feel the contraction in the left lat. I think taking time off of movements like the lat pull down actually really helped me to almost reconfigure my body to the movement and really feel it now in the lats, like a little reset. It's actually really cool. I'm really happy with that. But we move on to the single arm overhead press. I kept this in from last week. I really like it. It's easy to load. And we're up to 60 pounds today for sets of 10, 3 to be exact. And yeah, this is a great bit of intensity and volume. I
Could have probably gone up to 65, but that would have sent me over the edge for sure. And I'm not trying to do that for these accessories, but this was a great movement. Really like this. I like the idea of unilateral exercises. I like to put them in every once in a while. And you get some really good core activation on these unilateral exercises, especially once you start getting heavier, because your core needs to work harder to keep you in that position. And so really like these variations a lot. And it's actually kind of interesting because usually, especially in the beginning of this program, if you watch my previous episodes when I was doing the overhead press, the right shoulder was always giving out before the left. But it's almost like they're balancing out the further into the program I go with this exercise. It's very interesting because, yeah, as you can see here, my right shoulder's keeping up with my left. There's still a slight strength increase in the left shoulder, but it's not nearly as skewed as it used to be. And they're very close together now in terms of strength. And here we are on the final set. And this is where things start to get real dicey. I start to feel it quite a bit. And my strength starts to wane. GTOs start to activate. And yeah, you can tell my face, everything. Yeah, I'm putting in a lot. I probably had 1 rep in reserve here, maybe 1. Yeah. And then I probably had 1.5 to 2 reps in reserve on this left side. Again, still a little bit easier, but yeah, the shoulders are definitely balancing out. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really liking the growth so far. I'm definitely getting bigger. I can tell in the mirror. I'm a pound heavier. Yeah, man, this program is working out extremely well in the beginning. I absolutely probably will plateau at some point, maybe. And that's when I'm just going to up my calories like by a lot more, maybe like 500 calories more, just to see what happens there. But right now, everything's going great. I'm improving in every exercise. I'm getting a little bit heavier. All is well, man. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And we are here for the final exercise. I kept this, the row machine. Again, I use the higher handle here just to get some more rear delt, upper back activation, rhomboids, all of that. Mainly because I did a lot of lat work with the lat pull down, and so I decided to give these a little more focus on this exercise. So these being the obvious posterior delts, rhomboids, and that whole shoulder plexus back there. But yeah, I went down to 2 plates for these because obviously you're not going to be able to load this as heavy as like a full lat involved. I mean, the lat's still involved, but not as much as it would be in a narrower grip when you're really pulling back, bringing the hand through the lower abdomen. But yeah, this was pretty light. I had definitely probably 3 to 4, not more than that, maybe like 4 reps in reserve. If I was to do these with a faster tempo like I usually would. So instead of going heavier, I decided to stay lighter and focus more on time under tension because, again, it's an accessory. So we'll just focus on contracting the proper muscle groups and going from there. I could have easily repped out a little bit more weight there, but that's okay. We're not worried too much about that. We're just trying to stay healthy here, right? And I'm growing, dude. I'm growing. I'm getting stronger, getting heavier. So it's obviously working. So if it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Yeah. So yeah, these were, I did start to feel these towards the end of the final sets where, yeah, I started to feel the burn, obviously, but that's about it. Just feeling that burn, getting the lactic acid. Whew, man, it was good. It felt great. You know, back in my college days when I was in college football, we used to do this exercise with partners, and what they would do is we would have to pull, like we do like a drop set, and the person would basically pull like on the opposite end of the machine, and you'd have to pull as hard as you could back, and it's basically like a tug of war with the machine, and it was actually quite hard and crazy how on the final set you're just you're fighting not only the weight that you have on the bar, but your teammate trying to fight on the other end. And it's just one of those funny moments, and moments I actually really enjoyed, really making the exercise that much more difficult, and really just hammering home the idea of embracing the suck. And just because things get harder doesn't mean you just croak. It doesn't mean you stop, but you actually push through and follow through and rise to the occasion. And that's just what the football program at North Central did so well. But yeah, I kind of wish I had that here. If I had a lifting partner, I definitely would do that with them. Yeah, I miss that. The one thing I don't miss, though, is 4-way neck. It's just a bunch of neck exercises with weight, and then with people having like a partner bracing against them, and they're fighting. They're basically trying to snap your neck, but you got to like stop them from doing that so you don't die. It's quite crazy. But there's a reason that program is so successful. They're kind of crazy in the good ways, right? In the best of ways. But yes, man, that is it for this session. It was great, man. 9 out of 10, successful. That's a win, baby.
I definitely felt stronger today. The 225 went up very easy. Easier than I was expecting it to. I got better sleep last night, but even from last week, in terms of like upper body volume, definitely went up. Definitely progressed this week in the bench. So that's fun. I don't exactly know how heavy I'm going to go with it. I guess we'll just see what feels good. Right? So, I don't know. Overall, it was a good session. Give it like a 9 out of 10. Good energy. I felt like I recovered enough. I slept pretty well last night. It was great. Much better than the night before. But yeah, my nutrition's staying the same. I might actually be increasing my fat intake a little bit than I was, just to get some extra calories in. That might be why. No, I don't know if that's why I'm a pound heavier. But I'm strong. I'm still athletic. I'm still fairly lean. It's pretty good, man. I mean, that's a testament. I don't really eat much in terms of like processed foods and whatnot. I'm very regimented. I eat the same stuff over and over again. Not because, like, well, because I want to, really. Not because I have to. Because I want to. It's just easier. You get used to making the same food over and over again. It's easier to make. You just know how to fit it in the day when you're cooking it. And it's usually food that's easy to cook in bulk. And yeah, you really take out all the guesswork out of your nutrition, which for me, the less I have to think, the better. That's how lazy I am. The less thinking, the better. And so I know what I'm gonna eat every day. I don't ever have to like think about it or, oh crap, what am I gonna eat? Nope, I already know every day. And that's kind of what I do in my programming too. When I program my lifts, I usually just stick with same movements over and over again for like months. And over time, that could be counterproductive, but it takes a long time, man. It takes like more than 6 months of doing like the same movements over and over again if you're not like modulating or undulating, I should say, volume and intensity. So if you were doing like a hypertrophy phase for like 6 months, doing the same exercises over and over again, yeah, that's gonna be a problem, right? But for me, I'm doing the same movements through like a hypertrophy phase, a strength phase, and then like a power phase. You're still changing enough, and especially when, well, I guess it's not entirely true when it comes to the accessory lifts. I have been changing some of them, but that's fine. Like when it comes to like the big three or like the tried and true, like the squat, the bench press, my Olympic lifts, like those are always going to be the same. So, yeah, that's what I like to do, and that's what I do, baby. But I'm gonna get home, eat a bunch of food, and get going with the day, man. It's a beautiful day, Holy Week. Let's go, man. I love it, man. It's a good time. Easter is like, I want to say Easter is my favorite time of the year. better than Christmas, only because it's springtime going into summer, and that's my favorite time of the year. I hate cold. I hate the cold. That's why I'm here in Florida. But like Christmas, you're just getting into like the colder season, and it's just starting to snow, and you have to go through all of winter, which sucks. But Easter time, you get to focus on the resurrection, and the temperature gets hotter, warmer. And you get to do stuff outside. I love doing stuff outside, man. It's just a good time. It's a good time in the city. It was in Chicago. Yeah, dude, springtime and summertime in Chicago are amazing. I do miss that. But honestly, it's so nice down here, man. Until about like the end of May. Middle of May, and then it gets unbearable for like 4 months. 3-4 months. But then it's like spring the rest of the year. So I'm glad I made the move. Definitely glad I made the move. But yeah, looking forward to it. All right, fellas, that's it. That's all I got for you this vlog. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you tomorrow for Wildcard Topic Wednesday. We'll see what I pick. You'll see what I pick. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'm still kind of all over the place with what kind of content I'm making. Whether it be like the gym content, the scripture content on Sunday, or like the fitness or life topics come Saturday, and then like a wild card topic Wednesday. I'm all over the place, but if you like that, if you have ADHD like me, come on board. We'd love to have you. Subscribe. Share this video with somebody that needs it. And until next time, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace and God bless.